Jews don't like to talk about near-death experiences because some of them do see Jesus, and then that's really hard for them when they come back.
Yeah.
But I've had people say, are you sure it wasn't an angel? Are you sure it was Jesus? Maybe it was an angel. No, it wasn't an angel. When you die, there is truth. There is only truth. You're going to face the truth. The truth is, it was Jesus.
What's up, friends? Here's a scenario. Okay, Mom and Dad, I have something I need to tell you. I believe in Jesus as the Jewish Messiah. Well, there are hundreds of thousands of Jewish people all over the world that have faced this difficult and challenging moment of revealing their faith in Jesus. It can be a bittersweet moment for many as we share the unmatched joy we've been experiencing being accepted by and approved by God for accepting Him on His terms, and the disapproval of our families that still believe that Jesus is not for us, Jews, and that faith in Him is a betrayal of the Jewish people. First of all, if this is you, you are not alone. We understand all too well where you're coming from. And today, our guest Heidi Barr, hospice nurse and author, will be talking about how we as Jews can face the challenges of sharing our faith with our families and how to deal with the disapproval and rejection that can accompany Jewish faith in Jesus.
Hi, Heidi. I am so psyched about today's topic. It's one you and I both have faced, and countless other Jews over the course of the last 2,000 years is facing, and that is facing your Jewish family after putting your faith in Jesus. So thanks once again for being here.
Thank you for having me. You're welcome. This is such a difficult topic.
It is. And it
so
can be
challenging.
Yeah, it can be scary, for a lot of people as they face disapproval, rejection. And so I wanted to bring you on to discuss this sensitive issue, how to best deal with it as Jewish believers in Jesus are more and more people are putting their faith in Jesus as time goes on. I can see it here on the ground in Israel and also in the States. What are some ways that Jewish believers in Jesus can best address their families and deal with the consequences that sometimes come along with sharing their faith?
I think the hardest thing is just getting the words out. Although for me, it was easy. I just spilled them. They just came out of my mouth because, in all honesty, Jesus is important. I don't care about the rest. But it does mean you need to accept the fact that you will be ostracized by some or all members of your family and possibly by your Jewish community. I have experienced that. Christians accept me. For instance, I belong to a church. They know I'm a Messianic Jew. They accept that. If I tried to talk to our rabbi, who is ultra-Orthodox, a rabbi here, and I mentioned a couple things to him, I am an apostate. I am a blasphemer. I'm a bad person. So I don't care. I accept it. The way I look at it is live your life the way Jesus expects you to live your life. The rest will fall into place. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be an easy road.
Right.
But I'm not going to lie about what I saw.
Yeah.
I've had people interview me and say, Jewish people, because Jews don't like to talk about near-death experiences because some of them do see Jesus, and then that's really hard for them when they come back.
Yeah.
But I've had people say, are you sure it wasn't an angel? Are you sure it was Jesus? Maybe it was an angel. No, it wasn't an angel. When you die, there is truth. There is only truth. You're going to face the truth. The truth is, it was Jesus. I've had people say, you mean the man you thought was Jesus? There's no thinking after you die. You know after you die.
Knowing, right,
Jesus.
truth.
It was Jesus. So, and I was like the least likely person being raised by this. Yes, I did believe in God. I believed there was a God because to me, even as a child, life made no sense if there wasn't a God. But Jesus was nothing more than a statue who meant nothing to me. Now he means everything to me. But it's incremental. You can't beat people over the head with it. All you can do is live your life knowing what Jesus expects of you, the way he expects you to live your life, and hope that people see that. I'm married to a Jewish man. I have known my husband since I was 14 and he was 16. He came from a very secular Jewish family. He is a physician, very logical, very skeptical. But I think, as I mentioned, his best friend is our pastor. And this is hard for him. He has known me all along. He has known what I saw all along. And this is still hard for him. So it's step by step by step.
Right. That's encouraging.
I remember when I said we're celebrating Christmas when the kids were little, and he said, "What?" And I said, "We're celebrating Christmas." And we go to a Christmas tree farm, and the kids and I are picking out a tree, and he says, "I'm not getting out of the car." And we pick out a tree, and he says, "That's the wrong tree." And he gets out of the car and gets the tree. But he loves me. He trusts me. So he trusts in what I experienced.
Okay.
And that's all we can hope for.
Yeah.
Tell the truth, but don't beat people over the head with it. Jesus doesn't beat people over the head with himself. He's so perfect.
Yeah. I agree. I think the beating over the head thing is a faith issue. People don't trust that God will do the work. If we present
it out there, and God will do the work.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is a step by step. Some people are at A, and some people are at M on their way to Z, and as we go out, I go out on the streets and do, and talk to Jewish people about Jesus, and I present them with the real Jesus, and we have a fun and loving conversation. They don't have to agree with me, but there isn't any hostility, because I'm not trying to beat them over the head. I trust that God will do the work with what I'm presenting. And sometimes the conversations lead all the way through to the gospel and prayer. And sometimes it's just, "Hey, thanks for sharing. I'm not interested. See you later." But I was still able to say the name of Jesus proudly and confidently. And so I think as a message to people out there that might be struggling, and people also that are watching, trust God to do the work with what his disciples and his children present to people, based on where they are in their life. I have people that I can't talk about Jesus to them at all. They say, I just can't do it.
No, they'll shut down. They'll totally shut
completely. And they've told me, don't talk to me about Jesus. And so I respect them, and I don't, but I already have. I already brought it up. And so it's there. And then there are others that, like you said, it's a process, and we continue having discussions over time. And me, I'm impatient, and I want to see them come to faith immediately and on my watch. But it's a faith issue. It's a faith issue. So I think that if you are out there watching, if you're curious, or if you have put your faith in Jesus and you're having a hard time facing your family and your community, just realize that you have a support system, which is the body of Messiah, which are those that are believers. You have a support system here at Jews for Jesus. You can reach out to us even anonymously and chat with us on our website at jewsforjesus.org. And you have, testimonies like Heidi's. You can go watch and just be strengthened in your faith, and realize that we are here to know God, to come back to a living relationship with him, to be reconciled with him, and to bridge that gap. Like you said, we have a huge, what did you call it? A
chasm.
A chasm between us and God, and Jesus is that bridge to bridge that chasm back. And once we surrender our lives to him, he will give us the strength and the courage to do like you said, to live the life that he wants us to live for him.
Yes, absolutely. I there's a little bit of difference between people who had near-death experiences when they were younger as opposed to when they were adults. Those of us who were younger, because I've talked to another Jewish woman who died. She had a really bad death, boy. And she sat on Jesus' lap in heaven while they decided if she was going to come back or not. We don't worry as much about it, because we figure God's got this under control. I have total faith that when you put it out there, God's going to run with it. I'm not God. I'm not God Jr. I can't make things happen by waving my hand.
Right.
I have faith, but God's going to do it.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah. Great point. Yeah. That's great. Wow. Thank you so much. And like I said before, if you are watching this and you are a new Jewish believer in Jesus, or you're actually curious, feel free to reach out to us at jewsforjesus.org. You can chat with us anonymously, send us an email, and so forth. So Heidi Barr, thank you so much. If you haven't seen Heidi Barr's other videos, go check them out. They're riveting, fantastic, and I just really appreciate you, Heidi Barr, for everything that you've done here today and everything that you continue to do for people in the world. Thank you so much for your service.
Thank you, and thank you for what you're doing. It's pretty amazing. You got more strength than I have.
It's not mine.
Yeah.
It's not mine. There's a lot that I do now that I wouldn't have chosen.
That is true. A lot of times, we go entirely different direction than what we would have chosen for ourselves.
Right. So may God bless you, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You can find more about Heidi Barr and her work in the description below, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. You can also reach out to us and chat with us live and anonymously at jewsforjesus.org, and can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And may you all find peace and hope in our Messiah, Yeshua.